Hey everybody, welcome to part 2 of my 2014 favorites. Sorry this is a little delayed from where I was supposed to be. If you watched my last video, you'll know that I recorded these videos without sound because I am a super genius, and you're getting these videos late because I had to refilm them, but whatevs, all is forgiven, right? Totally. If you haven't watched my last video, that is my 2014 favorites of beauty, and this is my 2014 favorites of lifestyle and fashion-y things, so take a breath. Wow! I'll link below my fashion and lifestyle favorites from last year. I didn't do it in video form, I did it in blog post form, so if you want to see what I liked and what I was loving, what I liked and what I was loving, that means the same thing. Oh my gosh, this is going so downhill so fast. Apparently I'm seriously having word seizures, so I really gotta get through this before I die, I guess. So in any case, I'll link that below was the point that I was trying to make, and I better get this going, so let's get started. My favorite top of the year by far is my Paris tee from Anthropologie. Really no surprise, I am obsessed with Paris and France and all things Paris and France, and this literally just says Paris all freaking over it. So shocker, right, that was my favorite t-shirt, but it's also just a really soft white t-shirt. It's from Anthropologie by the brand TLA. I'm crazy about it. It's soft and cozy and it's black and white, so it goes with everything. So really, what's not to love about this? It's perfect. It's flawless. I'm obsessed with it. Last year my favorite jeans were the Pilcro Stet jeans from Anthropologie, and this year I am featuring the Pilcro Superscript high-waisted jeans from Anthropologie. Sorry I suck at showing fashion things, but it's kind of difficult. But in any case, these are the jeans. They're a high-waisted jean, and everyone at Anthro, they all look at them and they're like, oh, they're mom jeans, not gonna buy them. Not so. These are probably the sexiest jeans I own. They are high-waisted, but high-waisted jeans are really in right now, and they fit better. I don't know, for me personally, like, I got some booty going on, and finding jeans that cover all of that up and don't give me love handles, super important, and these jeans do it. I also really like that they're a dark wash jean. They just came out with them in black as well, which I'm definitely gonna pick up at some point. They're stretch denim, so they're super comfy. Like, I've worn these on planes with no problem, and being on hours worth of flight in comfy jeans is crucial. So they're really wonderful, and Pilcro in and of themselves, it's a really good denim brand. I love them, and yeah, they're pretty amazing, and I don't know what I ever did without them because they make my butt look really good. Which sorry we're ending there, but like, let's be real. Kind of the point of a good jean is to make that booty though. Last year when it came to dresses, I had it at like 4 dresses that were my favorites of the year, 4 or 5. It was kind of ridiculous, and I knew that this year I needed to narrow it down to 1. I narrowed it down to 2, but whatevs, you'll forgive me. But this is one of them. This is from the brand Bailey 44, and it is this lovely black and white twisty goodness of a dress. What I like about this, first off, is that it's high-necked and longer sleeved, so I don't have to worry about like bra straps or anything with it. It's pretty modest from that standpoint, but it does hug the hips pretty well, and it's pretty short, and it's got that ruching going on, and really, it's like such a sexy dress. I absolutely am crazy about it, and I've worn it quite a bit. I wore it to my friend Allie's bachelorette party when she got married, and then I wore it just recently to a wedding, and I wore this on New Year's Eve. It's a really good go-to dress. I mean, a black and white striped dress is pretty foolproof from any standpoint. It's just great. I love it. It makes my body look good, so I feel really confident in it, and that's what's really important. So my other favorite dress is also from Anthropologie, kinda go figure, but it is this black and white polka dotted dress. Clearly I have a black and white dress thing, but it is a v-neck dress, has a cute little waist, has a cute little flouncy skirt, but really the best part of this dress is the back, because it's got this little crisscross cutout action that is super cute, and this has just been like my favorite summery dress. I wore it to several weddings because it's black and white, so it's not just white. I didn't break any protocol there, but yeah, I just love this. It's so cute and flouncy and adorable, and yeah, like I said, I got a black and white dress thing. I can't be stopped. For shoes, it took me a little bit to figure out what like my favorite shoe of the year was, but at the end I had to go with my leopard print loafers. These guys have been with me for ages upon ages, and they're really worn in, and I just find myself wearing these all the time. In the summer, in the winter, it doesn't even matter. They're just like my go-to shoes because they go with absolutely everything. You can put a brightly, you know, loud leopard print shoe with a quieter outfit and it just makes it a little more snazzy, and I like them so much that I got a second pair of them. These were from Target years and years ago, but then I was at a garage sale and they just happened to have like the identical shoe in my size. It was like, done, because I wear these all the time. These are just, they're just my go-to shoes, guys. I don't know, maybe they're really ugly, I don't know, but I love them, and don't be hating. To be honest, I didn't really have any favorite jewelry or accessories or things that really like stuck out to me as things that I was really loving consistently over the course of the whole year. So we're skipping the category of accessories altogether and moving straight into home stuff, starting with candles. It only just occurred to me very recently that I apparently have a thing for espresso scented candles. I didn't realize that I had 3 espresso scented candles until just like 2 weeks ago, and then I was like, oh, maybe this is a thing that I like. But these two right here that I'm clicking together, these are the espresso cacao candles from Anthropologie. This one's from last year, this one's from this year, and then up top is a little espresso bar Bath&Body Works candle, and I think Bath&Body Works has another espresso candle that I was strongly considering getting too, not realizing that I already have 3 espresso scented candles. Who needs that many coffee scented candles? But I guess I like coffee candles. What can I say? I don't know. I don't have an excuse for it. I'm just saying it's my favorite. The other candle that I felt it would be a mistake not to mention are the Bath & Body Works Mason Jar candles. This is the pink lemonade pound cake version. I love these. I think they're so cute. And I love the 3-wick candles from Bath & Body Works, but these Mason Jar candles are just so much more adorable. They're just so cute. I love the packaging on them is amazing. I love giving them as gifts. They make really easy gifts, and the scents are really lovely. And then you can reuse the jars. I don't know. I just think that they're genius. I don't know why Bath & Body Works didn't come out with these ages ago. And I love them. For food favorites, I felt like I had to include the Corner Bakery mac and cheese. I think Corner Bakery is primarily a Northern Illinois, Chicagoland thing. There are a ton of them in Chicago and in surrounding areas. But when I worked at Anthropologie in Geneva before that store closed, there was a Corner Bakery right around the corner, and I got addicted to that mac and cheese. When I would have breaks, I would always walk over there and I'd get that mac and cheese, and it was like comfort to my soul. And now there's one at the train station on my way to my new Anthropologie job, and I find myself all the time getting that mac and cheese. It's just so good. It's a 3-cheese mac and cheese with shells, and then you can also get it with bacon and tomatoes on top, and they've got a breadcrumb topping and this really good like ciabatta bread on the side, and ooh girl, it's so good. It's so bad for you. I probably shouldn't be discussing it, but it's just comfort food, and sometimes you just gotta have some good mac and cheese in your life, guys. You just do. And it's definitely been my food favorite of the year. I need to stop eating it, because you know how I talked about that booty earlier? That's where that booty came from, was that mac and cheese. So probably should cut back on it, but I can't, so it's so good. Last year I mentioned a few favorite Starbucks drinks, and this year I have a few more favorite Starbucks drinks. I've been really good about trying new stuff at Starbucks and trying some new things. White girl syndrome, whatever, don't judge me. But I really was into the Very Bare Hibiscus Refresher from Starbucks, but what kind of moved me out of that was the Tivana Blackberry Mojito Tea Lemonade. Ooh, that's good. It is good stuff. It's basically what it sounds like. It's blackberries and tea and lemonade mixed together in this really good, like, refreshing infusion of goodness. And I don't know how they do it, but I really started loving that. And now whenever I feel like I need something cold from Starbucks, get a venti of that and I am good to go. And my favorite hot drink of the year is something that I believe I mentioned in a video a couple months ago, but my friend Josh Calhoun from the band Citizen Way recommended this and I never went back. It is a green tea latte with soy that you sweeten with half classic and half mint, and he described it like Christmas in a cup, and it's like Christmas in a cup. It's really good. I didn't expect necessarily to like it, and I ended up loving it. You gotta get used to your drink being bright green, but once you do, the flavor is amazing. It's really, really good, and it's something that you can get year-round too, which I really like because I'm always a fan of their holiday drinks, but then those go away. So at least with this, I can still have my Christmas in a cup whenever I want. So that was a lovely discovery, and thank you, Josh, for that. Moving into more lifestyle-y things, I want to talk about TV shows, first of which being The Good Wife. It was in my favorites of last year, and oh, it's still my favorite. I absolutely love The Good Wife so freaking much. If you don't watch The Good Wife, seriously start from season 1 right now and just keep going. It is the best show, and this season, I was really nervous about this season because, spoiler alert, Will is dead, and so I just was nervous about how they were going to transition the show with Will being dead, but now David Hyde Pierce is on the show, and I freaking love him, and you thought that Carrie was going to jail, and it's been a mess this season, and I'm so addicted to it, and literally I spend every single Sunday, like, screaming at the TV. Because I'm that into it. It's like, these are real people that I'm pushing for, and I think part of it too is that it takes place in Chicago, and so I feel like legitimately I could go to Chicago and go to Alicia Florrick's law firm and talk to these people, because these are my people from my city, and it's just so absorbing, probably more than it should be, but it's an amazing, amazing show. And you should seriously watch it, because I'm obsessed. The other TV show that I mentioned last year as well, that is still a favorite, is Project Runway. I'm so into Project Runway, guys. I absolutely love it. It's another show that I end up like screaming at the TV for, but it's just such a good quality show, and it has never gotten old. Like, I've been watching it for years, and it never loses its appeal or gets old, or never gets old. I don't know how else to put it. It's a great show. If you like fashion at all, you really should be watching it, and it's amazing. And lastly for TV is an oldie but goodie favorite, Grey's Anatomy. I fell out of watching Grey's Anatomy for whatever reason. I actually think it's because I started watching Project Runway, and for several years they were on at the same time. But this past year, it was Christina's last season, and I knew I wanted to see like Christina's farewell episode and like the episodes leading up to that. So then I started watching it again. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've missed so much on this show. So then I'm like, well, now I have to watch seasons 9 and 10 because I didn't watch those and whatever, and catch up. And then I started catching up, and now I've watched this whole season this year, and I'm addicted to it again. Like, it's so nostalgic for me, I think, because that was my jam in high school. Like, Grey's Anatomy was my show. And so it's like bringing back an old favorite, but also a new favorite, because so many new and different things are happening, and it's so intense, and it just has brought back to me like why I loved the show in the first place, and it's still good. It's in season 10 or 11 now, I think season 11, and it's still a blast, so I'm into it. Grey's will always be my jam, I think. Last year I talked about my favorite operas, which makes me a massive nerd, I realize. Don't care. Every year I go to the Metropolitan Opera's Live in HD performances, which they broadcast out into theaters. So if you can't afford to fly to New York and go to the Met, you can still get a Met quality production in a theater, and you can eat popcorn while you watch an opera. It's pretty great. And so last year I had a couple favorites. This year my favorite by far has been The Marriage of Figaro, or Le Nozze di Figaro, whatever you want to call it. It's a wonderful production that the Met put on. It's a new production, and the set was really cool. It was by the same person whose name I can't remember, Air? I think his last name is Air. Don't quote me on that, but this dude, he does like these revolving productions where everything is like on a pivot, so you can have like multiple sets within one set. And it's really amazing in and of itself, but it really just took this classic Mozart opera and kind of elevated it and made it a little more modern and really, really cool. And it's Mozart, what can you say? It's great. My two favorite movies of the year make me feel a little childish because they aren't like great pieces of cinematic art or anything, but one of them was the Fault in Our Stars movie because it was the Fault in Our Stars movie. That book is so beloved to me, and they did such a good job with the movie, and I have it on DVD and I have yet to watch it again just because I know that like I'm going to burst into tears and be a hot mess, but it is so good. I do need to see it, and it's just really amazing. They did an amazing job with it, and I was really happy to see it, and I got to see it with my buddy Allison, and we cried together and ate chocolate, and so just the idea of that movie just brings back good memories of hanging with Al too. So in any case, that was a favorite. And then the other favorite movie makes me feel really childish. It was the Lego Movie, which got such mixed reviews amongst my peers. Some people really loved it, and other people were like, that was the dumbest movie I've ever seen in my life. But it is dumb, but it's so good. I think that's so nostalgic for me too, because my brother is the biggest Lego fiend you will ever meet in your life. Like, literally to this day, he's 25 and his bedroom is like a Lego shrine. Next up are some podcasts, and first up is everybody's favorite podcast, Serial, which, let me tell you, I came in a little late on the game on this one. I actually didn't start watching until the last episode was released, and then I spent 12 hours straight of my life doing nothing but listening to it because I was hooked on episode 1 all the way through, and oh man, guys. Oh, at first I think I just kept hearing people talking about Serial and talking about how great this show Serial was, and I was like, I don't get what the big deal is. I didn't even know it was a podcast for a while. I thought it was like some show, like true crime thing on HBO or something, and so I was just like, whatever. And then I heard that NPR's Sarah Koenig was doing it, so then I thought it was an NPR thing, but then it was like, it's a podcast, okay, that's cool. And then last episode came out and everybody was freaking out about it, and so I was like, fine, I'll listen to this Serial thing. Oh man, I'm so hooked on it, guys. I keep re-listening to it. All 12 episodes, just like over and over, and I'm just trying to figure out the crime. I'm just trying to figure it out and trying to piece it together. Is Adnan innocent? Oh, I want to know. I want to solve this, and I'm not gonna solve it. I'm not, but I want to. That's what it did to me. It was so good and definitely worth the hype. It's 12 hours of your life. Definitely just listen to it straight through. You won't regret it. And then for a podcast on the complete opposite spectrum than Serial, Adventures in Roommating, Megan Tonjes's podcast with her roommate Keith. Oh my gosh, that has been my favorite thing because I have this several hour commute to get to work, and basically I just listen to it all the time, on the train, in the car, everywhere I go. I just listen to my roommate pod, and it just makes me so happy, and it makes me laugh, and it's so Megan Tonjes After Hours, but if you've watched this channel for any length of time, you'll know that I'm a big fan of Megan Tonjes in general, and this podcast with roommate Keith Without a Crew, I can't even deal with how funny it is. It's made my life this year, and it just, every time I see a new Adventures in Roommating episode, I'm like, yes! Like, it just makes my day, and they just brighten up anything that may be going on in your life. They make it better. It is PG-20. Like, throwing that out there, not for kids, but yeah, it's really hilarious and I've enjoyed it to pieces, and it leads me into my favorite beauty YouTuber of the year. Now, usually I do my favorite beauty YouTube gurus, whatever, like by season, and I do that on my blog and kind of put out like 3 every season-ish just to kind of spruce up what I'm listening to and to share that with you guys. But really, Megan Tonjes and her Life Size Beauty channel was my favorite of the year. I gotta give a small shout out to my Essie button because literally almost all of my makeup recommendations come from her because everything she says is golden. But Megan Tonjes' channel was new this year, and Life Size Beauty really has just kind of changed the game of the beauty guru thing to me, in my opinion. She just is so real and so raw. She's kind of affected how I make videos and how I present myself to you guys, and just she's a gem, that Megan. I adore her, and Life Size Beauty is such a good channel. It has everything you could possibly imagine on it, and you should just check her out. Check all of the things out, guys. Check out all of the things. That is it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I will link below my favorites of lifestyle and fashion and stuff from last year, as well as my favorites of beauty this year and last year. All of the links will be down below. Anything I mentioned, links will be down below. And again, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting me throughout 2014. Thank you to the new subscribers who showed up randomly. We're gonna have some fun over here. It'll be great. And yeah, I think that that's all I have to say. So again, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye!
I'm affected by you. I know I really shouldn't stay, but I wanna know the way you feel. I wanna know the way you taste. I am affected by you. I'm so aware of when you go, but I'm not the one who's gonna save you. I'm just another girl, you know. I should get up and go. I should put on my clothes